Hey guys, Matt here. So I came across this article talking about Nikola tumbling to record low. Yes, it hit its all-time low on a $100 million stock sale. And it got me thinking, not about Nikola. Now, I will probably make a separate video on Nikola down the line, but it got me thinking about Hyliion. If you recall, over the years, Hyliion has said it has enough liquidity to get through the production of the ERX without having to sell stock. Now, but what are the chances of Hyliion actually needing to, sell stock or dilute their shares and stuff like that down the line? Let's talk about that. So let's take the information straight from Hyliion's presentation at the end of last quarter. So according to their Q4 highlights, they have $422 million in reserves to commercialize the ERX and fund other development activities. Now, that is made up of $120 million in cash and cash equivalents, to $193 in short term, $108 in long term. So they also said that their 2023 guidance is their cash burn is expected to be less than $200 million. Now, let's assume that reasonably worst case scenario is that cash burn is $200 million. So if they divvy that in between taking it out of their cash and cash equivalents and dip into the short-term investments, yeah, they should have enough to get through the ERX. That is true. If you scroll up here, they state that the ERX is expected to go into production at the end of this year. So they will have enough to get through that. Now, what happens at the end of 2023? They should have $222 million left, but they won't have enough in cash and cash equivalents and short term to get through 2024. They won't have enough without dipping into their long-term investments, assuming the cash burn is the same. And the cash burn might go up next year, due to them actually going into production on the ERX. So we don't know what it's going to be in 2024, but I assume it's going to be this or greater. Now, they do have a lot of ERX system orders. They have 210 orders backed by deposits and around 2,000 reservations that have not yet been converted into orders. Now, if we go through the guidance, they didn't list a revenue amount or anything like that. So we're gonna go on to analyst expectations. Now, again, we can't take this as gospel. We have to take this with a grain of salt. They have Hyliion coming in at 15.1 million at the end of this year and 244 million at the end of 2024. So I guess, at the end of the day, it really rides on how well the ERX does when it releases. Now, if the ERX performs like this, if Hyliion meets or beats these analyst expectations, sure, they will probably not need to raise capital. Of course, that also assumes they matured their long-term investments in 2024. So it all rides on how well this does right here. If the ERX comes out on time, perfect. If the ERX does as well as this, great. If it doesn't, then there stands a good chance that Hyliion will have to raise capital. And Hyliion's not stupid. They're not going to wait until they run out of cash before they raise capital. Once their finance team knows that, hey, it's probably a good idea to raise capital just in case, they're going to do it. It really, really depends on the ERX and how well it does. That's their make or break. But anyways, take care, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.